Hi everyone. Today I'm going to share with you some of my techniques when it comes to converting a Photoshop design into a fully responsive Divi. In some sections, there are email opt-ins and a blog section, about which I have a tutorial. Also, I have a time-lapse video of the design process. All links are posted in the description below. Let's get started. Add a section for the header and choose the background on the media files. Add a 2-column row where the left side is for the logo and the button on the right. Add a new image module and select your logo. If you have a vector logo, you can use an SVG plugin for WordPress. Adjust the logo size and customize the button based on the design. Divi is like trial and error where you need to adjust the sizing, fonts, and color to match the design by at least 90%. Add a button module and customize it based on the Photoshop design. I always rely on my Photoshop to measure the image sizes, margins and paddings, colors, and font sizes. Most of the time, I use the marquee tool to get the exact number of pixels, then I will just adjust them in Divi. Since this is a custom design, I am in full control of how the page will turn out, but I have to make sure everything will be okay when it comes to the responsiveness of the site. Add a new row with a 2-column. On the left side will be the text, and on the right will be the button. One of my techniques when it comes to row size is that on mobile view, I always make it about 94%, as you can see in the video. That way you can maximize the content, especially on small phones like the iPhone 5. For the Cta button, I will just duplicate the schedule a free call button that I did and adjust the font and the button size. By doing this, the format will be the same along with all the buttons on the page, which includes hover, border radius, and color. Add a new row and insert an image module. This image will be the connector-like image that visually explains that when you click on the button, you will be able to learn the secret. This style is something like grabbing visitors' attention once they land on your page. Next, add a new section for the email opt-in and the laptop image. First, I need to get the background color using the color picker in Photoshop. Add a new image module where you will place the laptop image. In this section, I will use Position Effect under the Advanced tab and adjust the vertical offset. Add a new 2-column row that will be used for email opt-in and social media buttons. Add an email opt-in module and adjust the design based on the Photoshop design. I have another video on how to connect Divi email opt-in with MailChimp and on how to customize social media icons. Please see the link in the description below. Personalize your email opt-in. To get the exact hex color value in Photoshop, you may need to use a color picker. This fundamental method is also important because we want at least 90% of the design to match the WordPress conversion. This is why I value grid so much. You can't just design a website in Photoshop without using a grid. Sometimes it causes headaches for front-end developers. Then add the content for the right column, which is the social media icons and text. Another piece of advice that I can give is that after you edit each module, you always need to test it by disabling the Visual Builder or using a different browser to ensure that everything is perfectly aligned on different devices. Sometimes there's a slight pixel difference between the enabled and disabled Visual Builder. Those paragraphs at the bottom of the page are just dummy text to push the content to the top of the window and make it visible in the video. In this section, there will be a basic 2-column image on the left and text on the right. Add a new regular section with a 2-column row inside, but first, add a background image to the newly created section and make the background size as cover and center aligned. Add your 2-column row. The left side will be an image, most of the time the business or company logo, and on the right will be a paragraph of text. You may format the paragraph, adjust the font color, text size, line height, and paragraph format for responsive views. Make the logo centered on the tablet and mobile. The same with the text. Where on the desktop it is left aligned, it should be centered on the tablet and mobile. Also adjust the font size and line height for different views. I decreased the sizes of the logos on mobile view to make them look crisper on mobile devices. Open the row settings by clicking on the gear icon, and in the width section, enable the responsive settings. On the mobile view, adjust the width to 94%, that way you can maximize the screen of the device, especially the iPhone 5. Since the contents are the same and it's only the logo that needs to change, I will just duplicate the module and update the logos. The next section is for the client success stories. In Photoshop, use the color picker tools to get the hex value of the background. Then go to your Divi and apply the color to your background, then add a new section with a single column row. Add a new text module and replace the text with client success stories. Do the same with the paragraph underneath the title. Format the text based on the Photoshop design. Make sure you edit the content in tablet and mobile views. Next, add a new row and insert the testimonial module. For this client success section, I just created a pre-made testimonial and added it to a library where I can reuse it in different projects in the future for robust development. Although the default testimonial module is almost similar to my design, I just adjusted some spacing and sizes, and the font preferences. After I finished editing the first one, I could just duplicate and edit the content. Duplicate the row where the testimonial module is added, that way, the spacing that you have made with the first testimonial will also apply to the rest of them. Replace the person's image and the name. Add a new 2-column row for the buttons. Duplicate the Schedule a Free Call button that I have created on the header part of the page, that way they are all uniform with each other, just edit the alignment. For the More Success Stories button, duplicate the Schedule a Free Call, and edit the color, copy, and alignment. Adjust the padding and margins of this section and the rows based on the Photoshop design. For this part, I duplicate the Client Success section and remove the content but leave the section title and description, that way all sections are in uniform style. Change the background color to white by clicking the section gear icon, then navigating to the background. From there, you can adjust the value. Delete the testimonial content, including the buttons. Since the title and description are the same as in the Success Stories section, all I have to do is change the title. I will use a blurb for this section. It is a custom feature in Divi where you have a main image, title, and description. Add a 3-column row and add a blurb module. Add the image and edit the blurb title and description based on the design. Format the blurb module content, including its appearance on tablet and mobile. Next, since the contents are the same, I will just duplicate the edited blurb and drag it to the next column. I will do this for the third column as well and update the image for each. Always check the section top and bottom padding in different views and update them to make them equally balanced. This section is just to break the flow of the landing page. It is a common design where you have a paragraph, call to action, and image. Add a new section and replace the background with an image. Make it cover and center aligned. Then add a 2-column row. Add the image to the right column and align it to the center. Then add the text content on the left and modify the font properties. Since the button is like those in other sections, I will duplicate and drag it all the way from this section. Modify button alignment on tablets and mobile phones. Most of the time, both tablets and mobile phones are center aligned. When it comes to responsive, sometimes, or maybe most of the time, the left content will be on top, and the right will be on the bottom in mobile view. What I did here is that I duplicated the first row and made one of them visible for desktop, while the other one is only visible for tablet and mobile. For the tablet and mobile content, I just switched the places of the image and the paragraph. That way, when you view it on a tablet or mobile, the image will come first. For this blog section, I just use the same process of duplicating one section to make the title and description the same as the other sections. And delete all the blurb content. Replace the title with recent blog posts. Place it with a blog module. Adjust and customize the font properties to match the design. Although I forgot to add the title to the design mock-up, it is just a minor thing. I will just base the font pairings on the other content. I have a separate tutorial for the blog section where I show my solution when it comes to 3-column layouts in tablet view. I will duplicate the CTA for success stories and drag it down to the blog section where I will just update the text of more blog posts. Add a new section and change the background color. In this section, I just duplicate the subscription module on the header and drag it all the way down before the footer. Remove all the margins, paddings, and vertical offset of the new subscription module. Since this is just a duplicate module, all the formatting that I have done on the original version will also be copied too. Add a bottom border to the subscription module and get the color in Photoshop. This will separate the subscription module and footer content. For the footer, it will be just the privacy and terms buttons and the copyright content underneath those. I just play around with the format to make sure it looks good on different devices. But this time, since this is just a demo, I will just use plain text. Here it is, my own way of converting a Photoshop design into Divi. You can visit the working demo at the link provided in the description area of this page. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next video and thank you for watching.